Okay, for this last lecture, we're going to talk about how you create elevations and sections in your mechanical models. This is almost insane how Revit does this. I mean, it's like if you've ever drawn an elevation or a section from scratch in AutoCAD or on paper, you know how complicated it can be, but the computer, of course, can just calculate all that for us, and we don't have to even think about it. All we have to do is draw a line. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So let's go ahead and open up elevations, the elevations file I gave you. So I'm going to go to open. There's another one of my backup files. I'm going to go ahead and just delete that so I don't get confused. And I'm just going to open up MEP Elementary School Elevations. Okay. So what I want you to do is go to O1 Mechanical Plan View. So that's under Mechanical HVAC Floor Plans, O1 Mechanical Plan. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close the 3D plumbing. So you can see the call out is in here that we created before, so that looks good, but let's make a section in here. So what I want to do, just so we're 100% clear on what a section is literally a vertical slice through our structure. We're slicing the building straight down, and then we're sort of tilting the whole building up and looking at the slice and seeing what that looks like. So in this case, what I want to do is create a section line that is sliced right through here, somewhere around here. Okay. And then imagine that this whole part of the building is cut off, but this part is left, and I want to look into all of these rooms. Okay, just like I'm holding a little dollhouse model in my hands, I've split it in half, and I'm looking inside that dollhouse and looking at where everything is located. Okay, so let's go up to View, and let's click on, pause that, there we go. Go View, and let's click on Section right here. All right, so what this wants us to do is basically click 2 points to define the line. So I can put this wherever. So I'm going to start by putting it right. I'm going to click once right there, and I'm going to click once over here. Boom, there we go. Okay, so I can adjust this line by moving the dot on this end and moving the dot on this end. Now, that only adjusts the graphic, the actual section marker graphic on the plan. But if you actually want to adjust what is cut, you want to adjust these little toggles here. So this one will define how far left the section cut is. This one will define how deep you can see into your structure. And this one will define how far to the right. So maybe I want to go somewhere in this doorway here. All right, so let's double click this section view. So let's look what happened here. So I made a section. Here it is under mechanical, under these question marks, under section 1. That's what it's called. So it didn't really know where to put it. So it made a new category, question marks, sections, building section, section 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's rename this. Let's rename this North Wing HVAC. And hit enter. There we go. North Wing HVAC. Let's go to that actual view. Now there's 2 ways to do it. I can double click here, or I can double click on the arrow here. So I'll just double click on the arrow. And here it is. Here is a slice through our building. So if I click on my little crop region here of the actual section cut, I can adjust it in here, and I can see more of the building. So maybe I'll see up to just where the roof is. And I want to see down at least until top of footing there. So that looks good. So I'm at least getting this whole wing of the building in. Now I will change my detail level to fine so I can actually see some geometry up there. And I will turn off my crop region. So that section's looking pretty good. I can also see the different levels that are in there, and I can adjust that. Let's see here. See if it'll let me adjust it. Hold on. I'm going to click on one of these levels and see if I can just bring this out. There we go. Oh, it looks like it copied it. That's not what I wanted. Cancel. Let me undo that. There we go. I'm just going to leave them where they are. Okay, so here's one. This might be a classroom. This is a classroom. This is a classroom, and you're seeing all the mechanical equipment above. Now, let's say I don't want to see those windows in the background. Like I don't want to see that far, right? I could go back to my mechanical plan, click on my section cut, and adjust this top marker here and bring it in. Okay, now I'm going to go back to that North Wing HVAC section cut, and you'll see that the windows aren't in there now. So these two views are constantly talking to each other. This section view, however I want to edit it, so in this case I put it back, is now seeing the windows. So if I go back, now I can see the windows. If I adjust this edge of it, I only want to see not this classroom or this classroom, but just these ones. Go back over there, and you can see how this got smaller. Let me go back, get the whole thing in there. So section views are really a nice way to sort of focus in on one area of your plan. Now let's apply a template to this. So I'm in my North Wing HVAC view. I'm going to go up to View, and I'm going to go up to View Templates, and I'm going to say Apply Template Properties to Current View. And I'm going to select on our list mechanical section. Let's see, is it on here? We have to change this. All right, let me get out of here. Let's change our view type filter to elevation, sections, and details. I'm going to click mechanical section and then click OK. Now let's go to our view. Oop, I'm sorry. I did that wrong. We all make mistakes. All right, I was in mechanical plan. Let's go to the view templates and let's go to apply template to current view. And let's just keep this on mechanical plan. Hit OK. There we go. And now let's go to our section view, North Wing HVAC. And now I'm going to go up to apply template properties. And I'm going to change it. See, it's already set to what it is, which is a section. And I'm going to change it to mechanical section. Hit OK. Couple things changed in here, not much, but one thing that did happen was that in our project browser, the discipline and sub-discipline got changed properly. So it's now correct in the lineup down here under sections. Okay, so that is a mechanical section. So I'm going to just continue on here and we're going to do a couple more sections, an interior section, in elevations, and then a plumbing section. I'll do it in this same video. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's open electrical. 01 electrical room, the power floor plan that we created earlier. Let me zoom in on that. 01 electrical room, here it is. And what we want to do in here is make a elevation. We want to make an interior elevation. So I want to be able to see what's on this wall, what's on this wall, what's on this wall, what's on that wall, if there is anything of interest. Okay, so I'm going to close these other views so I can just focus on this. I'm going to go ahead and turn off that crop region. I don't want to see that in there. Okay, so let's go up to the View tab, and let's look under Elevation. Let's see, what do I want to look under? Yeah, look and click Elevation. And over here, instead of Building Elevation, select Interior Elevation. So I went in my Type Selector and clicked Interior Elevation, and now I'm just going to bring this little symbol over here, and I'm going to click somewhere. Okay, and now I'm going to hit Escape. There we go. And now I'm going to click my elevation again. And let me see if I can click on that. There we go. So here's my elevation symbol right here. I can move it around, move it where I want. at the moment, I'm only looking left at this wall. But let's say I want to also look down here at this wall. So I'm going to click this little box right here. Now that'll give me two views. Okay. Now in my project browser, I'm noticing there's two views in here under these question marks, right? I have interior elevation 1A, interior elevation 1D. Okay, because I clicked two interior elevations that I want. So let's click on this one and go to it. First thing, I'm just going to go to it. I'm just going to open it up. Here it is. Okay, so it's showing me the entire building. We don't really want to see the entire building, so I'm going to bring this down to maybe just above level 2. I'll bring this over a little bit, and I'll bring this bottom one up a little. And I don't even want to see that door out there. I just want to see this room and the extents of this room so it looks, so I can just see what's going on in that room. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now you notice I changed the extents of this boundary here. If I go back to our floor plan, click that arrow, you can see that that is sort of reflected in the endpoints of this line. So I could have done it in here as well and move this exactly where I want it and position this exactly where I want it. I wouldn't want this, say, here, because then I'm not seeing this wall, which is what I need to see. So I'm going to make sure that is in my view range so that I can see that. Okay, so let's go back to that elevation view. So that looks pretty good. So this is currently called elevation room 1A. Why don't we call this and rename it, and let's call it electrical room west elevation. Okay. And let's apply a view template to this. Go in here, apply template, and let's call it electrical elevation. Hit OK. Couple things changed in there, such as the scale and whatnot, but it also got moved in our project browser to the right location. All right, let's do the other one. I'm going to go to elevation 1D here. See, this is like terribly high up. So I can bring this down to just above level 2. I'll move this right boundary over. I'll move the left boundary over. So I'm in that electrical room, and now I'm looking to the south. So I'm going to hide my crop region. I'm going to change my detail to fine. I'm going to rename this bad boy electrical room south elevation. Okay, and then I'll apply the same template. Electrical elevation, hit OK. Things changed a little bit there, but that's fine. But it also moved down here, and I got rid of those weird question marks in there. So that's how we do interior elevation. So that first one was really just all about creating a section through your whole, or at least a part of your building. Second one here was about doing an interior elevation. And now in this very last one we're going to do here, we're going to do a plumbing interior elevation. So I'm going to go to the O1 plumbing view, O1 plumbing plan. I'm going to close all the other views, and I'm going to go down to this restroom. Oh, let's do this restroom down here that is sort of starting to be sort of laid out here. Okay, let's do view, elevation, and let's do, it's already set to interior elevation, so I'm going to put that in here. And I want to, now I'm going to hit escape. I placed it and I hit escape twice. I'm going to select the circle and click the other view I want. So I want to be able to see the sinks, those fixtures, and I want to be able to see the toilets. Now, if I look in my project browser, those views got placed under question mark, elevations, interior elevation. Let's do exactly the same thing we did. So I'm going to give this one new names as well. So let's call these, let's call it O1 men's east elevation. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's call this one here, this view here. Wow, huge, right? Okay, so let's rename this O1 Men's East Elevation. And I'm going to open this other one, and I'm going to call this one O1 Men's West Elevation. Okay, so let's go back to the east elevation. So we're only concerned with the first floor men's west elevation. That's this down here, not this whole building. So let's go ahead and totally reduce this down. You might want to include the whole restroom kind of view there. I'll bring this down. Maybe we go up. Nah, let's go just below level 2. We're really concerned with these fixtures more than anything. And we want to go to about here. And probably show that sanitary line down there as well. Maybe I'll bring this up a little bit. Maybe we can show how it all plugs in. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and go up to view templates. I'm going to apply a template, and I'll call this one. Oh, okay. In this case, we don't have a plumbing template. So what I want to do is sort of set up this view and then create it. So first thing I want to do, we're getting our views set up. So I got this view set up. Let's go ahead and set up the next view. Men's west elevation. Again, this is huge. So I'm going to bring this down. Get this somewhat in the same location. There we go. Yeah, maybe I'll go below level 2 so we don't get confused. Okay, so I'm going to change the detail level to fine. I'm going to turn off my boundary, so I'm just seeing the plumbing fixtures there. Okay, that looks good. Now, if I go back to my plan and I hold down this, I can really fine tune this view. Maybe I don't even want it way out here. I can just bring it to here. So I'm really just showing those toilets. Notice you can move this line around, put it wherever you want, but you want to just set these boundaries in the right location so that everything is, oh, look at this. I went to the wrong side in this case, so I want to make sure this is over here. Maybe I'll bring this forward a little bit so we're looking at the right thing. That looks good. So let's look at both of these again. So there are my toilets, and there are my sinks. So those look pretty good. What I want to do is set up some other things. So here I am in the toilet elevation here. I'm going to change my discipline is set to plumbing. Let's go to subdiscipline, and let's change that to plumbing and hit apply. Okay, so now it moved down into elevations under plumbing, which is good. I'm going to go do the same thing. Actually, don't change this one. Let's just change this one. So that looks good. I'm going to turn off my crop region. Actually, I want to adjust that. I want this to come a little lower. There we go. I'm going to turn off my crop region. I'll set my detail level to fine. Oh, let's see what else we can change. We might want to change the scale. I think that's fine. Maybe I'll change the scale to 1/4. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so here's what I want to do now. I'm going to go up to view templates, and I'm going to say create template from current view. And I'm going to call this plumbing. Hit OK. So there it is under plumbing now. I'm going to hit OK. And now I'm going to go to O1 Men's West Elevation, and I'm going to go to View Templates, Apply Template. I'll select the one I just made and hit OK. Now, both of these, let's see what happened. It's still under, I want to change one more thing in here. Let's change the subdiscipline to plumbing. Thought we did that. Okay, and now I'm going to go manage view templates. Sorry, we're going around in circles a little bit. And let's go to plumbing. What I want to change is subdiscipline. I want this to be plumbing and hit OK. There. Okay, so I changed the discipline of the template to be plumbing. Now when I go to this one and apply the template, plumbing, it moved down where I wanted it to. So let's just review what we did here. So on all the other ones, we made a template was already made and we just applied it. In this case, we got our view how we wanted it. We changed the scale. Everything looks good. I just went up here and I said, create a template from this current view. I gave that template a name. Okay. Then I applied that template to this view. So view templates, apply template, and I picked the new one. So what I'm just trying to show you here is that you can apply templates to your view and you can create them. But more importantly, I'm also just showing you how do you create a section? How do you create an elevation? Okay, so when you're done here, give me a screenshot of this view and a screenshot of this view and add that to your assignment list. In the assignment, I will list out all the views you want, make sure to have. So, all right, guys, sorry this one got a little long.